Britain's emergency bikers are on the front line, racing to protect the public and save lives. And they've never been more crucial. With 33 million vehicles on the UK roads, the country's congested cities and major routes are the busiest in Europe. The bike squads of Essex Police and West Midlands Ambulance Service provide help where it's most needed, fast.
Brief off job. No reason you can have a lock knife. Straightforward offence.
How many bangs did you hear?
On Emergency Bikers, a man's having a suspected stroke.
Apparently your colleagues said you were screaming out in pain. Do you remember doing that?
No.
The dangers of driving while tired.
36 hours or something without a rest, and it resulted in him killing people.
And a patient's taking a bit of handling.
Keep still. All right, it's all right. It's all right, I'm going to. Just relax. Nice, slow, deep breath.
6:30 a.m. and the Birmingham biker paramedics are getting ready for another 12-hour shift.
Morning. You all right?
My baby, my pride and joy. It's 2 years old and done 1,200 miles. Doesn't come out in bad weather. Gets looked after. It's a she. So she gets lots of TLC. A bit of money spent on her. Yeah. Pride and joy.
On their Yamaha FJR 1300s, they race to around 100 calls a week within an 8-mile radius of the city centre and have to be ready to tackle anything.
There's an awful lot of blood here. Where's it coming from?
Keep still.
To capture the action, we've put special cameras on each rider and bike so we arrive at the scene the second they do. First thing, and there's a 999 call.
Thank you. So we can confirm it's the fish market and not the wholesale market.
A 53-year-old fishmonger has screamed out in pain and clutched his chest. On call, Mark Hayes. Manoeuvring the bike, top speed 130 and around 4 times his own body weight, demands skill. After 2 minutes, he's first on scene, arriving in half the time it takes an ambulance. Every minute saved is crucial in the battle to save lives.
What's happening?
Well, somebody started screaming out, somebody's holding him still. First I thought he might have been a fit, I rung up straight away, this is how the happened.
Hello there.
Oh, yeah. You're all right.
What's your name, chap?
Kevin?
What's your name?
Kevin?
Kevin.
Lorry?
What's happening today?
Thank you, mate.
What's happened this morning? Why have we been called? Can you tell me?
No.
If it's a stroke, the blood supply to the brain can suddenly shut down. Confusion is a telltale sign. Mark runs a few basic tests.
Okay, do me a favour, can you squeeze my hands for me? Hard as you can, hard, hard. Good man, well done. Okay, hold your hands out in front of you. Nice and high. Okay, not to worry, relax. Good man.
Weakness in his left side adds to the stroke evidence. Kevin needs to get to hospital fast. Strokes account for 9% of all deaths in men. Survivors can face permanent disability.
Where do you live, Kevin? Not to worry, I'll come back to you.
No, it's all right.
Just relax. Relax your hand down. Have you been unwell recently at all?
No.
You've been okay?
Yeah.
Ever had anything like this before?
Like what?
The episode that you're having this morning? A bit confused. Apparently your colleagues said you were screaming out in pain. Do you remember doing that?
No.
No? Okay. Just lift your glasses for me a second, can you? Shine a light into your eyes if you look at me.
Mark checks Kevin's pupils. The left one is not responding in the same way as the right. Every second counts and an ambulance crew arrives to get him to hospital.
This is Kevin. I believe he's about 53 years of age. Don't worry about the mess, mate. We'll sort that out in a second. You just relax. Just before 8 o'clock, he was seen to start screaming out, appeared to be in pain, was holding his chest.
He's got a left-sided weakness. Get him to hold his arms out, left arm drops. He tells me he's normally fit well with no medications, no allergies. However, he's somewhat confused. Pupils, right pupils 5 mil, reactive. Left pupil was about 3 mil and reactive. Kevin, do you understand what's going on?
No, not really.
Right, okay.
I mean, I feel all right.
You feel all right?
I don't know what...
And where are you?
Where am I?
Where are you at the moment? Where are we?
At work.
At work. Where do you work? Okay. Well, for those reasons, we need to pop you to the hospital. Yeah. All right, mate. Yeah. Okay. It's really, really important that people know the signs of a stroke, which can be anything from slurred speech, confusion, weakness in any of the limbs, facial muscles can droop to one side. It's really, really important to act quickly with a stroke because time is brain, basically. The quicker you react and get to a place of treatment, i.e. hospital, the quicker the hospital now can do procedures to minimise the damage, minimise the effect of a stroke.
In the back of the ambulance, Kevin's more alert. With luck, treatment and rest, he should recover.
What can happen with a mini stroke, it's short-lived and you do see a quick recovery. If I remember correctly, a TIA, transient ischemic attack, which is a mini stroke, short-lived, and you normally recover within 24 hours or so, as opposed to a full-blown stroke, which could be months and months of rehabilitation.
Essex, 5,000 miles of roads for the biker cops to police. Key routes in and out of major ports, Stansted Airport and London. One stretch of road has seen 1 death and 32 injuries in 6 months. On patrol, PC Martin Ackers. On fast dual carriageways, drivers can be tempted to put their foot down. And it's not long before Martin has a fast-moving white van in his laser sights.
White van here, 89 miles an hour.
This is where the speed and agility of the biker cops come into their own. On the squad's covert bike, top speed 180, Martin can outrun anything. In just seconds, he's calling in the driver.
Hello there, come and join us on the pavement for a couple of ticks. Right, thanks very much for stopping. The reason why I've asked yourself to stop, the maximum speed limit for this road, for your class of vehicle, is 60. Single carriageway, 50 miles an hour. Dual carriageway, 60 miles an hour. Motorway, 70 for that class of vehicle.
That's 70.
That is a 60 on a dual carriageway. That is your recorded speed today. 89 miles per hour. Quite clearly too fast. 29 miles per hour over the speed limit. Right, what I need to say to yourself, you're going to be reported for travelling in excess of the permitted limit for the class of vehicle on this road today. Have you got any points on your licence?
Yeah, I have.
How many have you got?
6.
And what were the 6 points for?
One exactly same here.
Yeah.
In my car.
Speeding again?
On this road, yeah.
Yeah.
70, 77. Downhill again. And another one was a mobile phone.
And
next
phone.
day. That's
right.
it. It's really could do without at all, you know what I mean?
Right,
really
okay.
Really appreciate it. No
Okay.
excuses, you know, but just I could really do without 3 points. I know.
The endorsable fixed penalty notice, which is what you had before by the sounds of it, that notice runs out at, I'm afraid, this is 89, it runs out at 85 miles per hour. So at 86 mile an hour above, the matter goes to a magistrate's court.
Is that on the white? Because that's the white van.
Because it's a white van, because it's a commercial vehicle.
Yeah. I didn't know that.
I can't work it out. I don't know. They know they've got every vehicle's got a speedometer in front of them. They know they're not allowed faster than 70 in a car, which this guy thought he couldn't go any faster than 70. He's doing 89. I don't know. Just like, knock, knock, hello.
The man is being charged with speeding and could be banned from driving. The biker cops have so far managed to halve last year's accident rate, and Martin's vigilance today soon pays off again. A white van is careering towards him at well over the speed limit.
Come and join us on the pavement just for a couple of minutes. Thanks very much. The reason why I've asked yourself to stop. The maximum speed limit for your class of vehicle along this road is 60. Right. Your recorded speed. A little bit high, isn't it? 105 miles an hour, 45 miles per hour over the permitted speed limit. Is there any reason for the excess speed at all today? No?
Didn't even realise it was going that far.
You obviously realise that you're in excess of the permitted limit. You must have been at those sort of speeds.
I didn't think I was any more than 70, but obviously...
Right, OK. Well, when I saw you coming down the hill there, I thought, my God, this guy's shifting. That was my first impression. And then this has backed up my evidence. That's quite a high speed, really, isn't it? Yeah, for a restricted... Sorry?
I didn't think I was capable of it. But...
They are. They are. I've stopped many at that speed before.
Yeah.
Oh, yes, yeah. It's a shame that these people feel the need to go those sort of speeds when it's quite clearly not necessary, especially in his... I asked him whether he needed to do that speed, and he had no reason for doing the speed whatsoever. I don't think they really think of the consequences, what can happen afterwards. You know, should he be involved in a crash at that high speed? Nice to meet you, sorry about circumstances we have to meet under. All the best. I think he's looking at perhaps a small period of disqualification for that one. That's quite a high speed, really.
The driver has been charged with speeding. He could lose his licence. When he's off duty, Martin likes to take things a bit more slowly. But for this passionate biker, it still involves being on less than 4 wheels.
This is Sidecar Trials. It's a pre-1965 Triumph we've got here. Purpose-built for trials work. Although I do all the riding at work, I don't ride this off-road. I'm a passenger. I've had enough of riding during the week, so my friend Alan does the driving of the bike. It's all slow speed stuff. It's all over rough ground, obstacles. Very technical, really. All good fun.
It may be slower than his BMW cop bike, but it's no less demanding.
You can't ride this bike on your own. You've got to have a passenger in it, otherwise it will tip over. It's down to me to lean out the side of the sidecar to get as much weight to counterbalance the lean angle and hopefully get round that obstacle. We tend to get it right most times, but there's been the odd occasion. It's been a passion of mine. I've been on bikes now for 30 years. It's just one of those things, it's in your blood, you can't get rid of it. And this is just one way. Now I'm getting on a bit of slowing down a little bit. I think I've done all the race tracks and everything, and they hurt when you fall off. This one isn't too bad, not at sort of like 5 miles an hour anyway.
Every week in Britain, 10 pedestrians are killed on the roads and more than 500 are injured. And in Birmingham's evening rush hour, a man has been hit by a car crossing the road from a pub. Biker paramedic Mark Hayes is on his way. He covers just under 5 miles in 5 minutes. A senior ambulance officer happened to be passing by, and a woman is comforting the patient.
My name's Mark. I'm a motorcycle paramedic. We're going to be looking after you. What I need you to do is keep nice and still for me. All right. We're going to check you over head to toe, and we're going to get you to hospital. All right. Okay. We'll sort that, mate. Don't worry. We'll sort that. Where have you got pain at the moment?
Everywhere.
Everywhere. All right, mate.
The man has hit his head on the bonnet, and he's bleeding heavily.
You can't, mate. I need you.
I want to do what I want to do.
Keep still, matey. Let me pop this on you.
Fellow biker paramedic Barry Rudge steps in to help immobilise the man's neck. They can't afford any risks with back and neck pain. Any movement could result in paralysis, but trying to get to the bottom of the man's injuries isn't going to be easy.
We need to start doing some checks on...
you move that leg, I tell you.
Listen to me. We need to...
Move it.
No, just keep still a second. What we need to do, we need to start doing some checks on you. I don't want you moving because we don't know what injuries you've got. It's really important that you don't move. Do you understand what I'm saying? I know you're in pain. I'm going to need to get to your arm. We're going to have to cut the sleeve of your jacket. I can't move you.
No, don't cut it.
You can't get your arm out.
He doesn't want his jacket cutting and tries to take it off himself.
Keep still, keep still. I'll do it. Keep still. All right, it's all right. It's all right, I'm going to. Just relax, relax. Nice, listen to me, mate. Nice, slow, deep breaths, yeah? We're going to have a go, get it off. We can't take, that's too painful. We can't take that off you, mate.
Can do, yeah, straight off.
Where does that hurt? Where?
Which one? Right, that's the whole reason why it needs to be cut and not moved. Keep still. Keep still, keep still, keep still.
You know when you yell, where does it hurt the most?
Yeah, it's because you knocked some teeth out, mate.
Mark needs to listen to the man's chest. There could be a risk of a collapsed lung which puts pressure on the heart and blood vessels.
Nice deep breaths. Good man. And again. Deep breath. Good man. And again. Good man. And again. Deep breath. Good man.
His chest is clear, but it's no easy task trying to assess his injuries.
Listen, you need to listen to me, mate. Everything we're doing for a reason, yeah? If you've damaged your neck or your back and we let you get up, the injury that you could sustain could be far worse than it is now. I need to pop a needle in the back of your hand. Is that okay?
Thank you.
Good man, thank you. So do me a favour, nice and still now. Yeah, 1, 2, 3.
Mark wants to insert a cannula to administer painkillers.
Keep your hand there, don't move, don't move. Nice and still now. Good man, well done. Keep nice and still for me. What it means now is we can give you something for the pain through this, all right? Yeah?
Having checked his neck and back, Mark takes a look at his foot.
You move your toes. Good man. Excellent. Can you feel me touching? Feel me touching? Good man. Right. Can you move your foot up and down? Because that's not grossly deformed, is it? So
Move your foot.
up and down. Yeah.
Being able to move his toes means there is no nerve damage, but his leg could be fractured and his knee injured.
All right, just relax, just relax.
The inflatable splint will keep his leg stable and prevent any further injury in transit.
I've got the pump yet. Yep. Okay. 1, 2, 3. Just relax back.
It's fine.
Keep going, you're okay,
you're okay. Because you've been sat still for so long.
Good man, well done. Well done.
Your lap as well.
Okay. He's under the influence of alcohol. He's also a bit agitated, aggressive. Is that due to the alcohol? Is it due to injury? It's hard to assess. He's obviously in a lot of pain. That's right, cool. Is that still the leg? Initial observations that we've done check out okay, but obviously he needs to be assessed, x-rays, etc, etc. There we go, mate. You're done. Should we have a look for some teeth?
It's yet another tricky case for Mark. Of the 3 biker paramedics, he reckons he attracts more than his fair share of accidents.
9 times out of 10, it'll be me. They can have a bus crash, nobody's injured. I'll have a bus crash and bits have got to be cut off, people have got to be carried out windows. It's never straightforward. Whereas the other 2, they're a little bit old. They like more of a sedate life. I'm the baby of the unit. I think I can cope just about.
Essex, 7 a.m, Biker Cops HQ. And there's a special operation. On duty, PC Ray Jeffrey. Five biker cops will be escorting 200 soldiers from the Royal Anglian Viking Regiment. They've just got back from Afghanistan and will be on parade in Southend, 25 miles away. It's Ray's job to get them there safely.
We're conscious that there's a bit of a security issue with them because Muslim extremists have been protesting at each of their marches. There is a risk, so we will facilitate the movement of the coaches in one go all the way through to Southend, and they won't stop.
On a previous occasion, Muslim protesters clashed with the English Defence League. There were 2 arrests. Ray needs to have his wits about him.
Lads will be aware of vehicles that are parked in perhaps an unusual place, or groups of people standing in a bit of an unusual place on the route. I'm hopeful that there won't be a problem for us because they don't know the route, and from the information that I've been getting, the protests have taken place on foot amongst the crowd up until now. It's risky, you know, zipping around through traffic on motorcycles at high speed always has a risk, and you're always conscious that one of the lads might just take a tumble. We can cater for that, as long as they're not seriously hurt, that will be catered for, and we must keep the convoy moving. If there's a breach of security, then it's my responsibility as what we call easy rider, leading the convoy to find an alternative route quickly and take them safely away from the point of danger.
Morning. All right.
Ray briefs the coach drivers.
I'll be right in front of you, so I'll dictate the pace and the route. Just follow me, OK? When we get eventually onto the A127, rather than lane 1, we'll be taking lane 2, so we command the whole road, because leading the south end gets a bit congested, so we'll have the road to ourselves, all right? And we shouldn't stop. If we do, I've got to buy you a cup of tea. All right, though. Have you done this before, joking aside? Yeah. So you know about bikes will be coming either side of you at high speed, so just keep an eye on your mirrors, won't you? And the rest should follow you. OK, cheers. It's looking good. We're going to have a nice early start, as it turned out. I'd rather get them down to Southend so that we know we're in town ready for the off than leave here late and then everything runs a bit late.
The convoy consists of a long column of 4 coaches, a minibus and 2 vans, and they must be kept together.
Thank you. Convoy is moving on.
Immediately outside the service is the first roundabout. Traffic is brought to a halt to get the convoy on the road. With the column safely en route, the pace picks up. It will need to move at a constant speed of 50. The biker cops accelerate to speeds of 100 as they race ahead to clear the route across roundabouts, through red lights, and seal off junctions. As they approach the A13 dual carriageway, the biker cops signal for traffic to move aside. So far, so good. All riders in place flanking the convoy, and no sign of disruption. The outriders sprint ahead to clear the next junction. Half an hour later, an easy rider, Ray, has got the convoy into Southend safe and sound.
We're there, yeah. The troops are disembarking and forming up. It's gone swimmingly, and the weather's fantastic for them, isn't it?
It's a big day for Southend. Thousands are lining the streets to see the Vikings receive the freedom of the town. And there's not a protester in sight. It's the sort of job Ray loves.
I enjoy these days. It's really enjoyable, especially as the weather's good for us. You just feel like you're actually doing your little bit for the military, you know, for the lads that are across the waters fighting for us as we speak. This particular regiment, I understand, have lost 5 of their number in recent years in Afghanistan. And if we can assist them in any way, that's good. I like that.
Birmingham. Like any major city, there are rough sleepers, and a body has been spotted in a park on the edge of the city. On call, Barry Rudge. He covers just over 3 miles in under 4 minutes to the park in the city suburbs.
There's a gentleman who's been found in the bushes by a dog
The lady that's called said he was there last night, so she doesn't know if he's been there all night. We don't actually know if he's alive yet or not either, so...
The man's in there, he's conscious, but he just seems really cold.
Can you hear me? Hello, sir, can you hear me? Hello. Oh, you're very cold. Not the warmest of nights to be out all last night, young man. We'll get you sorted. All right.
It's been a warm late spring, but temperatures can still plummet to below zero overnight. And alcohol lowers body temperatures even more.
He's extremely cold. He's coming up low on our thermometer. So he's very stiff, he's a bit confused, so we're querying hypothermia.
The man's blue, and confusion and shivering are classic symptoms of hypothermia, where the body loses more heat than it can produce. It's the ultimate enemy for anyone sleeping rough and is potentially fatal. Barry needs to get him to hospital fast.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Okay. We've got a stretcher coming across. We're going to get you out of the bushes. You're going to have to help us, okay? And get you out. We'll wrap you up, we'll take you to the hospital, and we'll try and warm you up a little bit. All right?
Yeah.
Okay.
1, 2, 3.
Well done.
Oh,
that's better.
It only takes a dip of around 7 degrees in core body temperature for major organs to shut down.
Don't fight against me, pal.
If we can get a vein, we'll put some warm fluids into him. So basically, we've got it's like central heating. If we put some warm fluids inside his veins, it warms him up from the inside out.
Just relax for me. Sharp stretch coming up.
He's very lucky. I mean, the colder part of the year, although it was quite chilly last night, the chances are he would have died.
Nothing going up there now?
That's looking good, isn't it?
Yeah,
Dealing with the homeless in Birmingham, it's becoming a lot more common now than it used to be. They usually find warm places. They tend to know where they all are. Back of shops where the heaters are or the air conditioner extractors which throw some heat out. To find somebody in the middle of a bush in a park is actually a new one on myself.
The biker paramedics have to make life-saving decisions on the spot, and just getting to incidents piles on the pressure. Riding to calls demands every ounce of concentration, even for an ex-racing champ like Barry.
Obviously, you've got to be able to ride the motorcycle well, keep yourself safe on the way to a job, not think about the job on the way there. You've got to think about the ride first. You've got to make sure you're safe and you get there, because if you don't, you're going to end up with a crew coming out to you.
Barry never knows quite what to expect when he arrives at the scene.
Working a patch where you roughly live, I suppose your worst nightmare is dealing with somebody that you actually know. I've actually been responding to my own father. That was really weird, because you have to sort of bring your emotions right down and deal with it in a pragmatic way and still go through the numbers and deal with it as you would deal with a normal person. Once I'd ascertained that he was okay, everything was stable, then you sort of bring it back to the fact that he was your father, and then you can go more onto the emotional side and make sure he's all right.
His dad's fit and healthy. A paramedic himself, it was him who inspired Barry to ditch his factory job and ambitions to be a cabinet maker.
Oh, well, it's raining.
Oh, you love him, right?
He's a regular visitor to his parents to swap notes.
When I first went in, I was doing 70 hours one week and 80 hours the next, every single week.
Oh, I wouldn't do that now.
They wouldn't allow it now, would they?
No, they wouldn't do that now.
I used to be on call at 10 o'clock at night from the house, and she was to answer treble nines. If it was an outside line and they dialed treble 9, he used to come through to our house, and the wife, your mum, used to answer it.
I was expecting Barry at the time when all this was going on.
See, that's what's made what's.
And have a guess who took you in? Who took the wife in to have you?
Oh, hang on a minute. Yeah, but she called you, and you come and fetched her on the outpatient truck, and she had to go with all the other outpatients first before you took me into the blooming maternity hospital.
Well, that wasn't too bad. It only took 2 hours to get there.
You were just trying to deliver me, weren't you? I know you were. 2 hours to get me to the hospital. I could have been 1.
I could have been born and 1 year old. Yeah, but just think of the experience that you had, though, now.
Yeah.
Look where it's made.
I know, it's got me used to being in ambulances.
First response paramedic.
Very
We're
proud
very
of him.
proud of him. My lad.
Essex and the fight against a growing problem, insurance dodgers. 1 in 20 motorists drive without insurance. Weeding them out, automatic number plate recognition cameras. In the UK, they snap 14 million images a day. On patrol in Grays near the Thames Estuary, PC Mick Wills. He's soon tipped off about a car that appears to be uninsured. Mick pulls over the driver. The car's been bought to sell in Africa, but the man's not covered to drive it on his existing insurance.
You're not insured, basically.
What it is here?
Yeah.
What it
you
is
can drive
is...
other cars
Yeah.
that you don't own,
Yeah.
and you can drive the car you've got the policy on.
Yeah.
You can't drive another car that you've bought, so you'll be reported for that offence, okay? You don't have to say anything, but there may harm the offence if you don't answer one question.
Yeah, okay, yeah.
Something later on in court, and if you do say, maybe give me evidence. Right, I've seized the car now, so we will dispose of it. I'll take some details from you. You'll have to go to court for no insurance.
But that's not all.
Okay.
The man's been using an African driving licence.
When did you become a legal resident of the UK?
Oh, 1989, years ago.
Well, then you need a UK driving licence. So you're driving without insurance and you're driving without a driving licence. So you're going to be reported for both those offences, and we're going to seize the vehicle.
Can the shippers come and pick it up?
No, this is my car now. I've seized this.
Right, okay.
Until such time as you come up with some insurance.
The car won't be heading to Africa today, but there's an even bigger problem. The date of birth and address the man supplied do not tally with the police records, and checks reveal previous convictions. It's all a bit of a riddle. Biker Squad Sergeant Nick Edwards steps in to try to get to the bottom of things.
You've been arrested before, haven't you?
For what? No, I've never been arrested before.
For fraud.
No.
You need to just be honest with us.
I'm honest. That's what I'm telling you.
You know, you're saying that you've never been arrested, and you clearly haven't been arrested.
Not in the names he's talking about. That's not my date of birth, is it?
No, the bottom line is, someone with your name,
Yeah.
living at that address,
Yeah.
previously arrested for fraud.
No, I've never been
Said you were.
Not for fraud.
It was a long time ago.
No, not for fraud. I mean,
All we're asking is just for you to be honest with us.
I don't mind. I don't have a problem with that. I don't have a problem talking to you.
Yeah, he has those scars. That is a gentleman. He's given a different date of birth, as you know. We've seized the vehicle. We've gone into his details, and he's got different date of birth. He's given us an address which we can't check out. You've given me an address which you can't verify. So the way to verify that.
Okay, so what?
How can I do that?
Whom do you want it to be?
Pardon?
Do you want to ring my friend?
No, because that won't really help. It could be anyone, couldn't it?
What do I do?
Are you on voters register there? Voters
Yes,
register?
I've just voted. I just voted this morning before I came out.
From that address?
From that address, yeah.
Right, that'll help.
Where did you vote?
SE8.
You do a voters on an address to follow?
What time did you vote?
I voted about
38.
something to 9.
You voted at 9
Yeah.
in South East London.
Yeah.
It's now 10:05. You're in Essex.
I took a train down here.
Right.
Yeah. To pick this vehicle up. I voted. I voted in the morning before when I came out.
Right, so you came out at 9 o'clock, you voted.
I'm not very sure about the time. Don't quote me on that time.
You just told me it was 9 o'clock.
Well, I'm not too sure about the time.
Can we save a bit of time here? Because I've just checked the voters register for that address.
I'm not there.
No, you're not on it.
Which one? On this
So you
address?
couldn't have voted.
What I'm saying is, from our point of view,
What's the
we need
address
to
on
be
that
sure
last?
that where we send the summons to,
Yeah.
you're going to be there.
When you send me my summons, right, I need to make sure I answer to them. Otherwise, I'm going to get in trouble.
What I'm going to do, I'm not at all happy with the details you've given me, so I'm arresting you, okay? So we can ensure service of summons and ensure we've got the right person.
That is no problem, officer. You're just doing your job.
Yes, he was basically making his answers fit the questions, really. We need to make sure we can follow them through with a summons, and he goes to court, so he's going to the police station while we take his fingerprints and just, verify his address, basically. He's been searched briefly. He's given, two different addresses while we've been talking to him, so obviously there's something not quite right. We take it very seriously. If you're involved in an accident with someone that's not insured, then it becomes very complicated for you. It's just a complete pain, really. Most people pay their insurance and pay a lot of money for it. So, people that don't deserve to lose their car.
The man has been charged with having no insurance and driving without a British licence. Essex, Operation Mermaid. Random checks on the thousands of lorries that daily thunder along the major county routes and pour out of the ports. It's only recently that the biker cops have been empowered to impose on-the-spot penalties to continental drivers. Today, they're after anyone breaking driving time rules. On patrol, PC Steve Stomp Allen.
I do like the HGVs and having a look through the tachographs and enforcing goods vehicle legislation.
He knows only too well that a tired driver is a lethal driver.
There are several high-profile ones in the county where they've shown that the drivers have had considerable periods without rest. 36 hours or something without a rest, and it resulted in him killing people. And that's what this is about, is to make sure they have the rest and obviously improve road safety.
The biker cops on their powerful BMWs, acceleration 0 to 60 in under 4 seconds, can pull in 4 times as many suspects as a police car. And more than 2,500 drivers have been done for infringing rest rules. Stomp is standing by to investigate this Italian driver's tachograph, which records how long and how fast he's been travelling.
Disc or card? Disc.
Every driver should have an 11-hour break from the wheel in every 24 hours. Across 6 days, they can get away with no less than 3 9-hour breaks. But there are 2 periods Stomp is not happy about.
It shows 9 hours rest, but he's interrupted it on 2 occasions. Now, if you interrupt your daily rest to go on and off a ferry, you've got to extend that rest up to 11 hours.
A check of the discs in the mobile office confirmed that the drivers worked twice during the night to get onto and off the ferry. It might seem a minor infringement, but the biker cops believe in playing it tough. Pay now rather than pay later with potentially lethal costs. The driver's lorry will be clamped for 11 hours to enforce the correct brake. He will also be fined £200, which, due to the language difficulties, needs to be explained to his head office.
He will need to pay me £200 before he goes.
Cosa che dice?
Stomp's got no time for anyone who criticises the crackdown.
I get aggrieved slightly that there are people out there doing it. I try not to let it become a personal issue because I don't think that's right. As now I'm a parent, I am a lot more considerate for what's going on out on the roads, and I worry for my family more.
In one day alone, Essex police have been known to clamp 16% of the lorries they stop. And in his experience over the years, traffic cop PC Gary Winfield suspects it's not always the drivers who are at fault.
I personally feel it's all to do with the companies want to make money, and it's all to do with pushing the drivers as far as they can. I think it all boils down to making money.
This driver has also failed to take enough rest, which cost him £60.
Okay.
More than 17 grand in fines has been exacted in Essex in just 3 months. And drivers know the biker cops mean business, with nearly 100 Operation Mermaid crackdowns a year. Birmingham, a city with one of the busiest road networks in the country. But it's also home to 7 railway stations, handling around 60 million passengers a year. Mark's racing to Snow Hill, the second largest station within the city. He can go where an ambulance can't, right into the heart of the concourse. An 88-year-old man has fallen on the escalator.
Yeah, thank you. We've just been flagged down. It's okay, thank you. Hello. You're right there. So what's your name?
Chapman, Jeff, with a G.
Jeff. What's happened, Jeff?
I just fell down the escalator.
Oh, right, okay. Okay, have you got any pain in your neck? Keep still. Any pain down your chest?
No.
Deep breath? Marvellous, good man. Any pain in your tummy?
None whatsoever.
Excellent. Where are you off to?
Wolverhampton, then to Spain.
Oh, right. When did you go to Spain? Today?
Friday.
Oh, Friday. Right, okay.
Jeff doesn't appear to have any internal injuries, but he's got some nasty cuts.
What I'll do is redress that, You've got some, it's like tissue paper. Your skin dries out and it's actually flaps of skin. I think what we need to do is we need to get it seen at hospital, clean, tidied up and dressed properly. This is what we don't want. We don't want you coming down with an infection.
I'm meeting someone at Wolverhampton in another hour's time, that's the thing.
Okay, well I'll dress that for you now, but my advice is we'll pop you up to the local casualty, get it cleaned up properly and get it dressed properly. I mean, my advice is that we pop you up there and get it done now. The longer your wounds remain untreated and uncleaned, the more the risk of infection. Just going to pop a plaster on that one. The plasters I carry normally are for the little children, so they've got little characters on. You'll have to excuse me, it's a Shrek plaster.
That's all right.
Right. Now he's patched up, Jeff wants to continue on his way rather than go to hospital in Birmingham.
I go to the hospital in Wolverhampton.
You promise me you're going to do that?
Yes, I will do. Yes.
If I could just get you to print your name there for me, please. Just to say you're not going to hospital with us. I've put that you're going to make your own way to New Cross.
Yes.
Also, if you win the lottery, you're going to give me half. Is that all right?
Actually, I was the person who won the 87 million.
Were you really?
Yeah.
Oh, what are you travelling by train for, then? So what are you getting now?
I'm going to catch the metro.
The metro.
To Wolverhampton, then I get a taxi from the metro to where my lady lives.
Okay.
That's it, lovely.
Where your lady lives? 88 years young and still fighting fit.
She's only 71.
Oh, well, enjoy your trip, take care. All right, watch what you're doing, Jeff. All right.
See you
Good
all.
man. Watch how you go.
I will do.
He's got a lady friend the other side of the city. Travels the world. Hope for me yet. Not that I want a lady the other side of the city, because obviously I've got a good lady already. That'll be me off to the divorce courts.
In the city centre, it looks like Mark's on a recruitment drive.
So you're a bit of a bi-racer then? Yeah. You're going to be into motorbikes when you're older? No, why not?
I'm going to be a policeman.
You're going to be a policeman? You can be a policeman on a motorbike.
No, I'm going to be an ambulance, not on a motorbike. No, that's too dangerous for me. Why do you have brakes and lean like this?
Why?
Why do you lean like this?
We don't. The only reason you're leaning like that is because you're small and your arms won't reach. I'm a bit bigger and a little bit older than you. Only a little bit though. How old do you think?
40.
40? Hang on, let me take my helmet off. How old now? Do I look younger now? I took the helmet off. Yeah, good lad, well done. Ever had anything like this before?
Like what? Fishmonger Kevin made a quick recovery and is back at work. The man hit by a car lost some teeth, his knee took a bang and he had some cuts and abrasions, but he made a good recovery. And Jeff had his cuts checked by a GP. They've healed and he had a very nice holiday in Spain.
Okay, watch what you're doing. All right.
Next time on Emergency Bikers, there's a 999 to a suspected stabbing. Merseyside Fire Brigade unveiled the UK's first firefighting bike. And a hairdresser comes a cropper.